We are in Rome, one of the greatest cities on earth. But today, we are not just visiting a city, we are visiting a country inside a city, a country inside a country. And you can also say a city inside a city. And to get there, we are taking a 2-minute train ride. Of course, we are going from Roma, Ostins to Roma, San Pietro. And the ticket fare is just €1. We have reached Roma San Pietro. Just a single stop separates the ancient Roman world from something entirely different. Something that has drawn pilgrims, travelers, and dreamers for over 2000 years.
Okay, so after walking this another 450 meters, we are going to enter into a new city, another city, a country basically, a country within a country. So, and the country name is Vatican City. Okay, it doesn't have its own army or its own defense. It's many of the administrative sections you do need for a country, it isn't there, but it is just for the autonomous sake. They have given the Vatican City where the Pope stays. It's a very special its own kind.
Before you enter this country, you go through a full security checkpoint, bags scanned just like an airport, because make no mistake, you are crossing an international border. The smallest country in the world takes its security seriously, and rightly so. What lies on the other side is priceless, literally. And then it opens up. St. Peter's Square, designed by Bernini in the 1600s. Two sweeping colonnades reaching out like arms, pulling you in. You are now standing in Vatican City, a sovereign nation of just 44 hectares. Its own flag, its own currency, its own postal service, its own government. Population around 800 people. Visitors per year, millions. The numbers make no sense, and yet here it is.
So starting from this end until towards this end, we can see at the close by, all these places they have this back scanning mechanism what we usually find in the airports. So hopefully you could see from here. Alright, can you see them? Yeah, just look at the bottom. Between those columns. Yeah, these are all the scanning machines on the police force to check our bags and security. Okay, now we're heading to St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican City. So what we are looking at is the diocese of Inferior Sarno's nativity scene in Saint Peter Square. And in its entirety, what we are looking at now is the Saint Peter's Square in the Vatican City. We're just about to enter into the Saint Peter's Basilica, Cupola, possibly the dome. Look at the beauty. See how massive this is from the bottom when we look at it to the top.
Welcome to St. Peter's Basilica, the largest church in the world. The construction began in 1506 and took over 100 years to complete. Michelangelo, Raphael, Bernini, the greatest minds of the Renaissance, poured their genius into these walls. Look at this beauty. And it's not just the main dome that takes your breath away. Look up in any direction inside this basilica, and every ceiling, every chapel, every arch tells its own story. Painted heavens wherever you turn. Behind the glass is Michelangelo's Pieta, Mary holding Christ after the crucifixion, carved from a single block of Carrara marble when Michelangelo was just 24 years old. Look at those fabric folds, that stillness, that grief. No chisel should be capable of this, and yet here it is. And what we are looking at is the Michelangelo's dome, 136 meters above you, 16 ribs drawing your eye to a single point of light at the top. Around the base, in letters so large you can read them from the floor. Upon this rock, I will build my church. He designed this dome at the age of 72. He never lived to see it completed, and yet it is perhaps the most perfect thing ever built. Every corner, every chapel, every dome within the dome. The Basilica doesn't just have one masterpiece, it has hundreds, each one deserving its own lifetime of study. What you see before you is Bernini at his absolute peak. The Cathedral Petri, the throne of Saint Peter, gilded bronze, soaring angels, clouds frozen in gold. And at the very heart of it all, a single oval window, glowing like a portal to heaven, with the dove of the Holy Spirit at its center. Natural light does something miraculous here. At certain times of the day, that window lights up the entire apse in gold, and for a moment you genuinely wonder if what you are seeing is real. This is Bernini's masterpiece within Michelangelo's masterpiece. Theatre and faith, architecture and art, all speaking the same language at the same time. And just like that, we walk out, back through the colonnades, back across the border, from one country into another. From Vatican City, the world's smallest nation, back into Rome, the eternal city, waiting for us exactly as it always has. A city in a city, a country in a country, and an experience that stays with you long after you have left both.
So in the morning, when we came, not many people, but you see now, obviously there are lots of people in the queue getting inside, and also the entire piazza square, San Pietro, and it's just people everywhere, heavily jam-packed. Piazza San Pietro, and basically in English it's a St. Peter's Square. So that's St. Peter's Basilica right in front of us, which is where we even attended another mass prayer. So now we're just trying to move out. So right in front of the St. Peter's Square, so we have on both sides lots of shops and restaurants. I'm sure this entire stretch probably they will be utilizing in some special instances. So there are some other churches as well around here, but I suppose after we have seen the St. Peter's Basilica, then we have done enough for today.